So we've all gotten pretty used to AI in our lives, right? Asking our smart speakers for the weather, using AI art generators, maybe even getting help from tools like ChatGPT to draft an email. But what if I told you that AI is on the verge of a much, much bigger leap? Imagine an AI that doesn't just wait for your command. What if it could actually set its own goals, make its own decisions, and learn new things all by itself, without needing a human to constantly guide it every step of the way? This isn't some far-off sci-fi concept anymore. This is the reality of what's called agentic AI. And let me tell you, this is a pretty big deal. We're talking about systems that are moving beyond just pattern recognition or language processing. Agentic AI is about creating intelligent agents that can perceive their environment, reason about it, and make plans, and then actually take actions to achieve their objectives. Think of it like upgrading from a very smart calculator to a self-driving car that can also decide its own destination and the best way to get there, adapting to traffic it encounters along the way. This isn't just an incremental update, it feels like a fundamental shift in what AI can be and what it can do. Honestly, the buzz around agentic AI is starting to feel a lot like the early days of ChatGPT, but potentially even more transformative. While ChatGPT showed us the power of large language models to understand and generate human-like text, agentic AI is aiming to give these models and other AI systems a new level of autonomy and capability. It's about moving from AI as a tool that responds to AI as an agent that acts, and that right there is probably the biggest shift in artificial intelligence we've seen since ChatGPT completely reshaped our expectations. This is one you're definitely going to want to pay attention to. All right, so when we talk about agentic AI, what are we talking about? It's easy to get caught up in the hype. But the core concept is both fascinating and a significant departure from most AI we interact with daily. For the most part, the AI we know is reactive. You give it a prompt, ask a question, type a command, click a button, and it processes that input and gives you an output. Think about your smart assistant, or even sophisticated models like DALL-E or Midjourney. They're incredibly powerful, no doubt, but they're fundamentally waiting for you to kickstart the process and tell them what to generate or what information to retrieve. They don't typically decide on their own to write a symphony or discover a new scientific principle. Agentic AI, on the other hand, flips that script. We're talking about systems designed with a degree of autonomy that allows them to do much more than just respond. These are AI agents that can perceive their environment, whether that's a digital space like the internet or a physical one through sensors. They can then reason about what they perceive, build a model of their world, and critically, they can make plans and set their own sub-goals to achieve a larger objective. And the key part here is that they can, on those plans, often continuously, without needing explicit human instruction for every single step. It's about initiative. Imagine you ask a current AI to write a report on climate change. It will process information it has been trained on and generate the text based on your prompt. An agentic AI, given the same high-level goal, might autonomously decide to browse the latest research papers online, identify key data points and conflicting arguments, structure the report logically, maybe even generate charts or summaries from its findings, and then present you with a comprehensive document. It's performing a whole sequence of tasks, making decisions along the way about to best achieve the goal of creating a good report, not just fulfilling a single narrow command. This is a fundamental difference in operational capability and intelligence. So the core idea here isn't just about better algorithms or bigger data sets, though those play a part. It's a shift in the architectural philosophy of AI. It's about building systems that don't just have knowledge, but can that knowledge in a proactive, goal-directed way in complex and dynamic environments. They aren't just waiting for you to tell them what to do next. They're actively trying to figure out the next best action to move towards their objective. This is a move from AI as a sophisticated tool to AI as a more independent, problem-solving entity. It's pretty wild to think about the implications. So, We've established that traditional AI is largely reactive. It's like a very, very smart intern who is brilliant at doing exactly what you ask, but won't typically start a new project or suggest a new company's strategy without being prompted. It waits for that input, that specific command, and then it delivers a response or performs a task. And that's been incredibly useful, powering everything from search engines to recommendation algorithms to the voice assistant in your pocket. There's no denying the revolutionary impact reactive AI has already had on practically every industry and aspect of our digital lives. But the limitation of reactive AI becomes clear when you face complex, evolving problems that require continuous adaptation and decision-making. That's where Agentic AI steps in and shows why it matters so much, because Agentic AI is designed to be. Instead of just waiting for a command, these systems can be given a higher level objective, and they can then autonomously formulate strategies, break down the objective into manageable subtasks, and then take the necessary actions to achieve those tasks, all while learning and adapting based on the outcomes of their actions. It's a continuous loop of sensing, thinking, and doing. Think about it in terms of real-time scenarios. A reactive AI might be able to identify a fault in a manufacturing line if it's specifically programmed to look for that exact fault. An agentic AI, however, could be tasked with the broader goal of maintaining optimal production efficiency. It might then proactively monitor hundreds of variables, predict potential failures before they happen, adjust machine settings in real time, reroute materials if a bottleneck is detected, and even learn new patterns of inefficiency over time to continuously improve the entire production process. It's not just about spotting a problem, it's about anticipating and solving problems dynamically. This proactive capability is what makes Agentic AI so powerful and why it's a significant leap forward. It opens the door to tackling challenges that are currently too complex or too dynamic for traditional AI approaches. We're talking about systems that can manage intricate supply chains, conduct ongoing scientific research with minimal human intervention, or even coordinate disaster relief efforts by analyzing real-time data and deploying resources effectively. The ability to set objectives, build strategies, and take independent action is a game changer, moving AI from a passive tool to an active participant, and that proactive nature is the key differentiator setting it apart. This isn't all just theory or future-gazing. Agentic AI concepts are already starting to power some pretty impressive applications today. One of the areas where we're seeing early adoption is in customer support. Instead of just relying on chatbots that follow rigid scripts or can only answer facts they've been explicitly trained on, agentic customer support systems can understand more complex customer intent, access and synthesize information from multiple knowledge bases, and even take actions like processing a refund or scheduling a service call, all within a more natural conversational flow. They're aiming to resolve issues more holistically, not just answer isolated questions. Then there are autonomous research assistants. Imagine an AI that you can task with finding all relevant peer-reviewed studies on a new medical compound published in the last 6 months, summarizing their key findings and identifying any conflicting results. An agentic research assistant wouldn't just do a keyword search. It might navigate academic databases, use its understanding of scientific language to filter relevant papers, extract key data points, perform a comparative analysis, and then compile a structured report. This can massively accelerate the pace of research and discovery by handling a lot of the laborious data gathering and initial synthesis that researchers currently spend so much time on. We're also seeing the beginnings of AI-powered developers. These aren't necessarily replacing human programmers wholesale, not yet anyway, but they are becoming incredibly powerful assistants. Agentic AI tools can help with tasks like generating boilerplate code, debugging complex issues by analyzing error logs and suggesting fixes, translating code between different programming languages, or even helping to design software architecture based on high-level requirements. They can essentially act as a highly skilled pair programmer, taking on specific coding tasks, testing their own work, and iterating until the component functions as intended, freeing up human developers to focus on more creative and strategic aspects of software engineering. And beyond these specific roles, AI workflows are being reimagined in general business operations. Think about complex processes like supply chain management, marketing campaign optimization, or financial auditing. Agentic AI systems can be designed to monitor these multifaceted operations, identify inefficiencies or opportunities in real time, make decisions to adjust parameters, and even coordinate actions across different software platforms or departments. For example, an agentic system might monitor sales data, inventory levels, and marketing spend, then autonomously adjust ad campaigns and reorder stock to maximize ROI based on a predefined business objective. It's about creating more intelligent, adaptive, and self-managing business processes. The potential impact of agentic AI is frankly massive, and it cuts both ways. On the one hand, the promise is incredible. Think about the sheer efficiency gains. Tasks that currently take teams of people weeks or months could potentially be done in days or even hours. This isn't just about doing things faster, it's about doing things at a scale that was previously unimaginable. Imagine personalized education systems that adapt to every single student's learning pace and style, or drug discovery processes that can simulate and test millions of compounds autonomously. The ability to scale complex problem solving is a huge unlock for so many fields. Then there's adaptability. Agentic AI systems, by their very nature, are designed to learn and adapt to new situations and changing environments. This makes them incredibly valuable for tackling problems that are dynamic and unpredictable, from managing smart cities to responding to climate change impacts or navigating volatile financial markets. Traditional systems often struggle when conditions deviate from their training data, but an agent that can continuously learn and adjust its strategies on the fly offers a new level of resilience and effectiveness. This adaptability could lead to breakthroughs in areas where progress has been slow due to overwhelming complexity or constant change. However, with this great power comes some very real risks and responsibilities we need to talk about. One of the immediate concerns is the potential loss of human oversight. If AI agents are making complex decisions and taking actions autonomously, especially in critical systems, how do we ensure those decisions align with human values and intentions? What happens if an agent optimizes for a goal in an unintended or harmful way? Maintaining meaningful human control and the ability to intervene when things go wrong becomes a paramount challenge, especially as these systems become more sophisticated and operate at high speeds. And that leads directly to the black box problem and the risk of goal misalignment. Many advanced AI systems, including those that would power agentic behavior, can be incredibly complex, making it difficult even for their creators to understand exactly how they arrive at a particular decision. If we don't understand the reasoning, how can we trust it, especially when the stakes are high? Furthermore, defining goals for AI agents in a way that is truly robust and avoids unintended negative consequences is exceptionally hard. An agent told to maximize paperclip production might, in an extreme hypothetical, try to convert all matter on Earth into paperclips, if not constrained properly. These are not just technical hurdles, they are profound ethical and safety considerations that need to be addressed proactively as the technology develops. So, as you can see, agentic AI isn't just some incremental update or the next cool buzzword in the tech space. It genuinely feels like we're standing at the threshold of a new era. It's potentially the bridge that takes us from the narrow AI we have today, systems that are very good at specific tasks, towards something that begins to resemble more general, truly intelligent systems. The ability for AI to not just process information but to autonomously reason, plan and act in the world is a fundamental shift, and it's happening faster than many people realize. The implications are vast, and honestly the race is already on. The companies, the creators, the researchers and even entire countries that recognize the transformative potential of agentic AI and begin to explore and embrace it early on are likely to have a significant advantage in the coming years. This isn't just about building better products or services. It's about fundamentally rethinking how problems are solved, how businesses operate, and how we interact with intelligent technology. The learning curve will be steep, but the rewards for those who navigate it successfully could be immense. This technology is poised to disrupt and reshape countless industries, from healthcare and finance to education and entertainment. The question is, Which one do you think will feel the impact of Agentic AI first and most profoundly? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Drop a comment below with your predictions. And, of course, if you want to stay ahead of the curve on this and other disruptive AI tools that are shaping our world right now, make sure you're subscribed to Next Gen AI Toolkit. We drop new videos every week, breaking down the tech you need to know. Thanks for watching.